to get started, find a calm place, either that's in your house or outside. Ideally, find a place you can always meditate at home, because meditating outside is not always ideal due to weather or whatever. Make sure nobody will bother you during that time. Close your phone. Put maybe a note on your door, in case you live with other people, so you won't be bothered. And sit down on the floor. Put a cushion, something soft, if you feel uncomfortable. I just use a thin carpet, but the main purpose should be that you are comfortable, especially in the beginning. Sit in a cross, simple leg position. And the most important thing is to keep your upper body straight, not as straight and rigid as a piece of wood, but straight enough so that you can breathe naturally, because if you're too crunched or in a weird, unbalanced position, your breathing pattern will be unnatural. So once you assume your position, I want you to start your meditation by acknowledging your surroundings. Now, what do I mean by acknowledging your surroundings, right? I mean, you know where you are, right? Doesn't that sound a little bit weird? Well, the thing is that we are so in our heads every day, we're so lost into thought that the rest of our senses, our visual senses, our smelling senses, our feeling senses and all that are not used that much. They're only used enough so that your life is functional enough and you don't fall on the wall or whatever. So start this first of all by observing with your eyes the place you are in. So start observing the carpet maybe in front of you, the walls. Observe some objects in the room, and you will realize that everything will start becoming more vivid. Everything will start to sort of come into more life. And do this for 10 seconds until you feel that you have a complete awareness of your surroundings. Once you're done with that, I want you to start observing all the sounds around you. So if you focus enough, you'll see that there are at least 1 or 2 sounds that you weren't aware until now, because we were thinking too much or listening to me. So notice that there's probably maybe a dog barking, or maybe a vacuum machine in the distance if you live in if there are other apartments around you. And just notice for another 10 seconds all the sounds that are surrounding you at the moment. Do this again for 10 seconds. And once you're done with that, I want you to start observing your body. So you might feel a bit uncomfortable, maybe your ass hurts a little bit, maybe you have an itch. You can scratch the itch, it doesn't matter, you don't have to suffer in the beginning. You don't have to be like a statue. So once you're done observing your surroundings, I want you to take a couple of deep natural breaths. When you're inhaling, I want you to observe your belly expanding. And once you're exhaling, I want you to observe that breath leaving your body through the sensation on the walls of your nose and the hairs in your nose. That way you will trigger the parasympathetic part of your nervous system, which is responsible for relaxing you more. So do that for about 3 to 5 breaths. And once you're done, I want you to start observing your thoughts. Now, don't try to observe all your thoughts together, because you'll probably get frustrated. Just try to identify one clear thought that's going through your mind at the moment. And you will notice that thoughts have sort of a shy nature, because once you stare at them long enough, they usually start to dissolve, they usually start to leave your head. So try to identify one thought again and wait until this thought slowly dissolves. Realize that there's no reason to focus on the past at this moment. There's no reason to focus on the future. Nothing will happen if you just be present for 5 minutes and try to use this time to sort of dig into the present. So you will notice that once you observe your thought dissolve, there's a little tiny gap where you're totally aware, when your head is clear and you're not really thinking of anything. And what we want to do with meditation is open up that gap. You want to be aware of everything besides your thoughts. So don't get frustrated, if you can't do this long enough. Don't get frustrated if you fail completely in the first session. It's normal. But if you do manage to observe your thoughts, be happy, first of all, and notice that after a while you'll get lost again. A thought will pop in your mind and you'll get lost once again in a train of thoughts. Don't get frustrated again once that happens. Just bring your awareness back to your thoughts and be happy that you accomplished this, because every time you're accomplishing this, you are doing a sort of a mental pull-up, which is strengthening your mind for being more aware in the future. So that was all. Try to do this every day for 5 minutes. Do it enough that it feels pleasant, but avoid feeling too uncomfortable. Avoid getting nervous or stressed or anything like that. 5 minutes should be enough for the first 3 weeks. Use the acknowledgement of your surroundings as a warm-up session and complete that session with a few more minutes of observing your thoughts. And also please share this video online on your Facebook page or wherever. I would really like to get this video series out there. And until next time, keep on meditating.